How do?
How do, Mr. Samworth?
So, we're going to talk about your dad today, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
So, over to you, mate.
Well, when we go back to my dad, we're talking, if you was anybody or knew anyone back in the late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s, basically, if he was an armed robber or a criminal, you would definitely have knew my dad, because he's what you might say now, what they say in Salford, he was an armed robber, and he was known for armed robbing.
Prolific.
He wasn't, back in them days, don't forget, there was no security boxes, it was all canvas bags. Or
are we talking about money proper, vans now?
No, you're talking wages, casinos, post offices. It was a waste of time doing vans there. You might as well just wait and take them from where they're delivering the van from, because it wasn't secure.
It's cash. It was all cash.
All
as well,
cash,
wasn't it?
yeah, all cash. I remember canvas bags full of pound notes, fivers. I mean, crammed. Having to put my hand in, getting an handful out, put it in my pocket, and you couldn't even notice it was gone.
So he was very prolific and very well known.
Oh yeah, he was. All the main heads knew my dad. He used to drink with my dad. My dad was one of those. He was a drinker, but he was a very kind drinker. If he had a pint, everyone had a pint. That's what kind of guy he was. And then he'd come home, he'd have no money, and then she'd want money, and he'd be out again, and I'd see the bag coming out, and I'd know, and I'd see my dad's mates turning up, and I'd know.
So how old were you when you sort of started?
The first time I ever saw anything that convinced me he was a real estate was about 12, 13, when I was searching. I'd come home for, I was in a residential care home from the age of 11 to 16. We used to come home at school holidays or weekends, and I used to search the bedroom as you do as a young kid, see if you could find any cigarettes or spare change, or in my case, my dad's bags of money. And then I opened this bag one day, and I pulled it out, and it was a sawn-off shotgun about that big, sawn at the end. There was gloves there, balaclavas in it. I don't know whether I was excited or... Because by this time I was 12, 13, I'd been in care, I knew criminality. I didn't know deep stuff like that, but I knew what was right and wrong, and I knew that if there's a gun in your house, it's wrong. I was proud and not proud, because a lot of people knew him, and everyone was like, there's Jimmy's son, there's Jimmy's son. Next minute, windows being smashed in the house and the front door being smashed. And I looked through my bedroom window, and all I saw was police with guns, with my dad on the lawn, my dad spread-eagled. Anyway, he got done, and they found in the house a big bag of money, balaclavas, and a sawn-off shotgun. So I remember him going to court and him going to Strangeways, and then when I'd come home I used to go visit him. Anyway, one weekend I come home and he was out, and apparently his mum, my nana, had put her house up as a sureties that he'd appeared in court. For bail, that was it, yeah. Now bearing in mind, you're talking about a guy here who's just got out of jail.
Yeah.
Possession of a sawn-off shotgun.
Yep.
Money, possession of this, suspicion. Anyway, so he's out grafting, and he's gone to a pub, and he's robbing this pub. He's not got a shotgun at the time, he's got an ammo. There's two of them, two lads, him and his mate. So they broke into this pub, and they got the landlord, and one of the guys is downstairs emptying the pool table, fruit machine, and in them days that's 6 machines, emptying them all, while my dad's upstairs with this landlord, opening the safe. So while my dad's in the room, in the office, the guys open the safe, my dad's put the ammo on top of the safe, bent down to clear the money out, and the landlord's picked the ammo up and hit my dad on the head twice, left him for dead, basically. Anyway, his oppo seen what's gone on, and his mate's done one. Left my dad for dead. Come out, the police was there, the ambulance was there. Anyway, he was in a coma for a month. And he started from scratch. From his speech to his walking.
So bear in mind this happened. Some people might say that's karma.
Of course, yeah. And
So as his son, how, you know, what would you say to that? You know,
I'd say it was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Really?
Oh, yeah.